Yes, what's good, people? It's currently 23 minutes past 2300. That was not scripted. It's actually 23:23. It is currently Thursday, the 21st of September 2023. Zeshan and Ninja back again.
Back in
We've not
action.
done a technically speaking since 3 months ago. So it's been a while.
It's been a
It's been a
while.
while indeed. Um, so it's going to be an exciting episode of Technically Speaking because obviously yesterday was a big day in the markets. Zishan will cover that. But before I continue speaking, we need to do a quick disclaimer. Disclaimer terms and conditions. All content is for education, information, and entertainment. Ha ha ha. Purposes only. And it should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets. No place any trades. Please always do your own what?
Do your analysis and research.
Yes, sir. Because our content is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. Zishan is obviously a billionaire, so the moves that he makes is much different from you brokies. I'm joking.
I've got,
I've been
I've
watching too
Ninja,
much Luke Belmar and Andrew Tate.
Ninja.
That's,
We've got like a billion Dogecoin.
I think I sold all of mine. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor. Zishan, since we last did technically speaking, 3 months ago, are you an accredited financial advisor?
No, I'm still
No,
unqualified.
still unqualified. Or independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our show that you may wish to rely upon whether you should make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with what, broski?
They come with a certain level of risk.
Yes, therefore, you should always do your own research. Neither myself nor Zishan nor anybody in the Blockchain Sensei team or financial advisors and or financial accountants. And we do not perceive to be received as financial advisors and or financial accountants or any professional advisory finance guru people. We're just guys on the internet. However, we're working in collaboration with several accredited financial advisors and also financial accountants and even people who specialize in crypto accountants and VCs and family offices and angels, you name it. We've probably got the connects. However, we're not them. We're just a plug. If you are unable to mitigate your risk, then contact us immediately. You can email us at hello@blockchainsensei.com. You can DM us at blockchain.sensei on Instagram, soon to be verified. And you can tweet us at blockchainsen. Or you can comment on the YouTube and say, refer me to a financial advisor. This is my Instagram, and we'll shoot you a DM. So, um, usually with these ones, I started off, but because it's way past Zishan's bedtime, he's gonna start it off. Um, so Zishan, what's going on in the markets in your opinion,
What is going on in the markets? So,
especially as of yesterday?
what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at some data, both specifically at the largest economy in the world, the United States of America, that's been overtaken by a bunch of liberals. So, so the Fed had a meeting a couple of days ago, the FOMC, and they declined to hike their interest rates, which was interesting because they've got a better hold of inflation. I believe their inflation rate is well below the 4%, whereas the UK we're still at the 6.7%. That is that. Yeah, so currently inflation rate in the US is 3.7%. What does that mean? It means the cost of goods and services is falling. But is that 3.7% really 3.7%? I would tend to
Mm,
disagree because
no, because they can change the
yeah,
criteria
so
and the baskets of commodities.
yeah, so
I'm
they
not
have like
asking.
a basket of goods. So like in there they might have like tobacco, tuna, wheat, and they can manipulate those figures. Whereas, for example, like the next year's inflation rate decision, they replace some of those goods and services with different goods and services just to make their numbers look better. So that's the USA. Now let's go on to the UK. So the Bank of England holds interest rates at 5.25%. And also the pound falls to a 6-month low after many terrible decisions from Bank of England and UK government, as you know, cost of borrowing has increased here in the UK. Also to note, we are seeing a turn of events with inflation in the UK. So inflation has decreased unexpectedly to 6.7%, which is why the Bank of England decided to, well, it was one of their decisions to pause interest rate hikes. So that's what's been going on in both the UK and USA. And I mean, I just like to cause a bit of trouble. So I came across this article today. So Russia puts a squeeze on oil markets with diesel export ban. Now, what
Yeah.
is that going to do? Russia being Russia, that's going to cause the oil prices to increase. So, is there a possibility that inflation may increase next month? Quite possibly, because oil plays a big part of that, etc. So, oil is, you know, going towards $100 a barrel mark, etc. So that's what's been going on in both the
Wait, could
UK.
you could you just explain that further? So is it what's the correlation like? Oil goes up and then inflation goes up,
So
or the other way around? I'm not
um
familiar.
so with oil, when the price of oil goes up, like oil runs the world. Like without cars, without buses, without transportation, you know, everything would come to a standstill because you need oil is basically energy that you put in cars, vehicles, and if the price of that increases, you know, businesses and all of these big blue chip clients, they're going to need to pass on these costs to someone, which is who? The end consumer.
The end
So if
consumer,
oil
yeah.
goes up, the price of food is going to go up, the price of your normal everyday services is going to go up because to transport those very same services, you need oil. Um,
Okay, but didn't the oil price crash during lockdown?
yeah, so the oil price did crash during lockdown. It went to negative, and you know, I was watching a video where like a bunch of like 12 traders, they made like 600
Yeah,
million
like
between
six
themselves.
hundred million. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like two or three of them made like 100 million each, and they were in their 20s. Crazy.
Was that through like some options or some futures? I don't
Uh,
even know how that works.
I'm not 100% sure, but they must have been quite
So,
heavy.
so my point is, when oil crashed in 2020, how come there was a mad deflation?
There was a mad deflation because people weren't spending their money. People were locked down in their houses. Um, you know, everything is run on supply and demand. When there's more supply of something, the demand decreases. When there's more of a demand of something, you know, the supply increases. So that's the correlation between oil, inflation, and the UK government and USA.
Alrighty.
Yep. I'll pass the baton, hat, whatever you call it. I'll pass my Hodge coins over to Ninja for his.
Wait. Let's get a few forex pairs or
Oh,
something. And you're the FX man.
Cairo's in the building.
Oh yeah. Let him in. I sent this link out to a few of the homies saying I'm doing late night charts.
Yep. Okay, you want to see some charts? What do you guys want to see?
I wanna see this. This is your specialty, bro.
Okay, dokie. So
What is
first
going
things,
on in forex?
there's a
I have
couple
no
of
idea.
things. There's a couple of things I want to share with all of you guys. Um,
Yeah, let's go.
do, 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 do.
We've got
So
we've got
this
18 minutes before Zeshan's bedtime, so I'm trying to squeeze his brain.
Yeah, so this is a very
Hurry up
important
and go.
website. It's called Forex Live. It gives you a all of it, at the end of the day, it gives you the options contract that expire in the Forex market. So if we look at the contracts that expired
What
to
is what is an option contract for all the newbies?
it gives someone if someone owns that contract, it gives them the right to purchase a something, whatever it is, at that specific price, not the obligation. the obligate if it was a futures contract, then they would be obliged to purchase it. So this is the FX options
Wait,
expiry, and this is updated daily.
so
So you
if you
can
buy an
see all.
options contract, is that a risk-free contract because you're not obliged to buy it?
Correct. I'm not 100% clued up in options, to be honest.
Okay.
So let's just go into it. You really want to focus on all of the orders that are over 1 billion, because these are the ones, when you see those big candlesticks on the charts, those
Yeah.
are the ones that sort of move the markets. These could be anyone from like big institutions, Barclays, Santander, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, all of those big boys, etc. So generally, I mean, if you could even go on to the Forex chart, and if you looked at these prices, you would see there'd be like a correlation between those prices and price movement on the charts. Another website for all of you guys into Forex is a website called Forex Factory. Depending on the currencies that you trade, select them, and then it will tell you on a week by week basis all of the high impact news events that are happening. So ideally you want to avoid having any trades open during high impact news, because you're going to get liquidated 9 times out of 10. Price goes up and down, and then it goes in its true direction. Takes that liquidity on both sides. I think that is all of the websites.
Wait. I mean, maybe you don't have an answer for this, but is there any way that somebody in crypto or tech stocks could benefit from, for example, Forex Factory? Is there any data sets that
No,
you
this is
believe
more
on
so
Forex
specific.
Factory?
This is more so specifically for the FX market. So like
Okay.
anything related to like CPI, FOMC, any big news events from major countries that if you're trading their currencies,
Yeah.
that's going to have like a direct impact on the way that currency moves, because during high news events, there's a lot of volatility and you want to stay out of it during those times. But
Okay.
so this is the DXY. Let me see
Yeah. Let's not.
if I can share do something here. No.
What's happening with the dollar bill, y'all?
So this is the DXY, the dollar, the US dollar. So
Yeah.
if you take a look, so from
Wait, you're using TradingView. How did you get this?
it's oh there's an indicator called AJFX, like watermark.
Wow.
Here it
Anybody
is.
can just write anything they want.
So it's AJFX watermark, and then settings. I just put position FX, patience, discipline, fearless. You
Oh
can have
my
at the
God, I'm
top,
gonna read that
bottom.
right now. AJFX. What's it? AJFX. What's it called? AJFX watermark.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's so lit. Inputs. Aha. Title Ninja T.
yeah. So going back to the chart, uh, do, 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 do. So this is the US dollar. The US dollar runs the world, etc. So if you have a look from May 2021, we've been bullish from May 2021 all the way up to October 2022. So more than a year we've been bullish on the US dollar. At some point we're going to have to correct on the US dollar. I'll just show you. I'm just marking down the higher highs and your higher lows, etc. At some point it's going to have to correct, which it does. So from October 2022 to July 2023, it makes a correction. So if we take a look on the weekly time frame, so this is the weekly time frame. So currently we are bearish on the US dollar.
which is
From
good for assets.
this is on a weekly time frame, so we're bearish on the US dollar on a weekly time frame.
Yeah.
Now, if we have a look on the daily, now price is fractal, so like if you're bearish on the weekly time frame, you're going to be bullish on a lower time frame because you're going to have legs in between the higher time frame,
Yeah.
etc. So if we have a look here, so what we have here, let me just mark this out. So like this line here, that's trend line liquidity. So like between every,
Wait, what does trend line liquidity mean?
it's so like wherever you see highs and lows, there's going to be liquidity there. So like imagine there's orders sitting there that haven't been filled yet. So like,
Okay.
does that make sense? That's the best way
Yeah.
to for someone to understand it. Like
You mean
every
like on an institutional level?
Yeah, so like if someone is short in the market, I mean, just forget that this is a US dollar, this may be the euro. If they want to short like $100,000 orders at this price, not every single order is going to be filled at this price. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
So they're
makes
still
sense.
gonna so they're still gonna have open orders left at these levels. Does that
That
make
makes sense.
sense?
So would this be equivalent to order blocks
Um, you could in essence say that.
in
It's just
in crypto or tech
in
stocks?
essence, yeah. The easiest way for you to understand liquidity is like wherever you see highs, so like highs and lows, there's going to be
Yeah.
liquidity. So
Okay.
price is gonna so the way you want to understand it, price doesn't go up in a single direction.
Yeah, of course it's gonna have a journey of up and down.
Yeah, so what price does, it goes,
Yeah, that makes yeah,
that's what price does. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, uh, if you have a look here, it's not the best drawing, so that's trend line liquidity. So like wherever there's going to be orders sitting at these levels that have not been filled. So like when price does correct, it's going to use these levels of liquidity as fuels for the next leg up.
Or leg down, right? Or only leg
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Whichever direction. So price uses
Okay.
liquidity or fuel to get to the next level in price.
All
Um,
right, all right.
that's what in essence liquidity is. Let me just get rid of that. You've also got something called fair value gaps. Are you familiar with fair value gaps or imbalances?
I'm familiar with the term, but I don't look at them. But please
Yeah,
enlighten us,
so in essence,
Zeshan
what a fair
FX.
value gap is like whenever price moves in one direction aggressively, it's going to leave gaps in price.
Yeah,
And you know the saying, Michael Hardin knows the saying, Keish knows the
yeah.
saying,
Gaps
gaps
gaps always get
gaps
filled.
always get filled,
Yeah,
whether
I
it's
mean,
three
in
months or years
like
later.
in a tech stocks, I don't call it a fair value gap. It's just a gap in it.
Yeah, fair value gap, imbalances, all of that. Yeah, and price generally has a reason to go towards that as fuel for the next leg up. That's in essence what fair value gaps and trend line liquidity are. Now, what I'm
So
expecting,
is this a fair value gap here?
so like, do you see? Yeah, so do you see these blue lines? That's a fair value gap.
Yeah,
So
because
price has
because
to come.
if
Yeah,
this was a stock, right, this gap would be empty.
yeah. hmm
But in
Um,
forex, like in crypto, there's no there's
it's
there's no actual
the
gap, is
the
there?
the best way to understand fair value gaps is um it's in essence the price of something, how expensive something and how cheap something is. So like so imagine someone selling bananas at the market. all of a sudden, for this year, there's a load of bananas that have that many farmers have farmed, and they all come to the market. So then the price
Mhm.
drops aggressively because people want to make as much money as they can.
Yeah.
And consumers have the upper hand. Now, on the other hand, when there's very few bananas, price will generally correct, and your price will then increase for these farmers. That's the best way for me to describe fair value gaps. Price must rebalance to a fair price for it to go to the next fuel. So what I'm expecting here on the daily is we've got trendline liquidity here that price has taken out. We've got a imbalance here. We've got trendline liquidity here and an imbalance here. So I'm expecting the dollar to go up and then eventually correct going into next year. If you look at the US, the DXY and Euro USD, it's correlated. So I think, let me see if I can get I've never done this before. If I can get two charts open. Do you know where that thing is where you can get two charts on the same screen?
Yeah. Plus this plus button here.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's the compare.
Gotcha. DXY.
Oh, interesting. I've never done this before. I only pay attention to the DXY. Ah, so Euro US is kind of like inverted, no?
It's
Going
inverted.
down,
Yeah. So
going
like
up, going
when the
up,
US
going
dollar
down.
goes, so basically the euro is 60% correlated to the price of DXY. So whenever,
Negatively
And
correlated,
it's
right?
correct with
say that again.
what?
So like if the US dollar is increasing, generally you can see the euro will decrease in value.
This is some game. Yes. I never looked at it like this.
I'm trying to get it up in another way where you can have one, like half the screen you can see the US dollar and the other half you can see the DXY. I can't remember why.
Yeah, blockchain backward, isn't it? I can't remember even, mate.
No, I can't find it. Let me just, how do I get rid of this? Get rid of that. Yeah. So what am I expecting on the DXY?
The DXY.
So
Yes,
I'm
tell
expecting
us, because it's
price.
going to help us with assets.
I'm expecting price to correct and then take that out. What does that mean for the Euro USD? So
Wait. You just skipped that way too quickly. Go back. Say that again. Say that again with DXY before
what
you
I'm
bounce.
expecting what the dollar to do. If you have a
Yeah.
look here, price has aggressively come to the upside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally since
Uh
July.
what time period is that?
So from July,
Since July. Since July,
August,
23rd of
September.
July.
So
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah,
last
yeah.
3 months, the US dollar has been very bullish and has come very aggressive into this demand into this demand zone. So this demand zone is literally let me just bring it up. So
How do you define what is a demand zone?
so it's the last push up in price,
Yeah.
if you see, before that breakdown.
So a demand zone is the last push up in price before it goes down.
Or before the break of structure.
Before the break of structure, not necessarily down, it can also be up.
Yeah, so like in the opposite scenario,
Yeah.
this would be classed as a supply. So it's not let me see if I can get it on the weekly. So like here,
Yeah.
this is the last down move
Yeah.
before the break of structure
for a breaking structure. Okay.
And then this would be classed as your supply level.
Supply level. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Does this work with crypto as well?
It works with any market.
Okay. It's not how I look at the market, but yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, literally price structure. So what I'm expecting price to do is because there's a fair value gap here and there's liquidity, like trendline liquidity here, there's not really much for price to really stall um, at these levels. So I'm expecting, the US dollar to go up and then correct down. So if the US dollar goes up, what am I expecting for the euro to do? So if you have a look, it's the euro US dollar has been heavily bearish. So these are going to be pro trend moves. So all of the shorts for euro US dollar are going to be pro trend. Any counter trend moves are going to be when price has a, what's the word, retracts or goes back up. Let me have a look here. So if we have a look at the lower time frame, Ninja, are you familiar with the Wyckoff theory?
Familiar with the Wyckoff theory. I don't apply it though. But go on.
There's two simple Wyckoff theories. So like when price aggressively moves to the downside,
Yeah.
uh, price will then have to come back up to those levels before the next leg down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I could, without knowing Wyckoff's theory, I could predict that with this level of
So
downturn in any asset, it's got to bounce. There's got to be a level of bounce.
yeah, eventually. So as because it comes down to market structure and it's in line with the trend, etc. So what am I expecting for this level here? So I'm expecting, so price has come back here and I'm expecting it to be slow and corrective up to these levels
Yeah, that makes sense because I can
before we
see a
break
lot
down.
of support and
And
resistance here.
and generally when we correct at these levels, it's going to take time and it's going to be slower. Generally, when you're taking a trade, you want to be in these moves. Let me see if I can get it. Generally, when you're in a trade, you want to be in these moves because these are going to be the high probability trades. Where it's going to be the true move in the market. Any moves going up into this supply level are going to be counter trend. If that makes sense. Now, let me just go back into this. Get rid of that. Now, when price is going up into these levels, it has to create fuel for the leg down. So in this instance, there was trendline liquidity here. So like at these levels, there's fuel. So when price does correct, it's going to correct aggressively, as we see
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Like there was no reason for price to stall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it makes a new break of structure to the downside. So I'm expecting price to do the exact same thing and then correct. So let's have a
What,
look.
so expect it to get to what, up here
So
to this
so,
level?
so we're gonna have a look at the, yeah, so I'm expecting price to come into these levels because do you remember when I said there's orders sitting at these levels where that have not yet been triggered yet?
Yeah.
So generally so for example, Goldman Sachs, what they'll do is they'll have like 10,000 orders sitting here.
Mhm.
Price will break down to have like a break of structure. They'll have like maybe 5,000 orders left that they need to trigger. So what are they going to do? They're going to buy, go against their own trade. They're going to buy so that they push the euro US dollar up. They're going to buy until they have their orders that they want to, fill before the next leg down.
Crash the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not crash the
And,
market, but short the euro against the US dollar.
and generally you want to be in these moves, the move up here, etc. That's where you want to be shorting from, not down here, because they're going to be low probability.
So
And also
like in
price has a
crypto, what
pri-
is this called a consolidation or not in Forex?
um I
Is
mean,
there such
this
thing
is
as
not a
consolidate?
consolidation. So like if you see here, this blue box, this is more of a range,
Okay.
consolidation. This is what we have a bit of a range going on here. So what I'm expecting price to do here. So do you see this supply level I've marked? So the
Yeah,
last down move before the break of structure here.
yeah.
So I'm expecting price to come into here. Price has a fair value gap here. And I also price has a fair value gap here. So I'm expecting, these lows to be taken out. There's order sitting here, there's fuel here. For every buyer, there's a seller, and for every seller, there's a buyer.
Yeah.
Without someone exchanging the other end of the trade, there would be no market. So I'm expecting price to break through these lows here for London session tomorrow, and then have the next leg up, going into filling this fair value gap here, and then eventually going into these levels before the next true move market down. Generally, the British pound US dollar has like a 10% correlation to the DXY. Euro US dollar
Okay,
has
so
like,
that's not a lot of correlation.
yeah, I mean, it could move in this like the same direction over like a long period of time, but on the lower time frames, they're not going to be correlating as much as the euro will. So if we see here, on the lower time frames, so I'm expecting price
Yeah,
on the euro US dollar to push.
what's with that fat candlestick on DXY?
Uh, I think there was a news event yesterday.
All
Sorry,
right,
today.
okay.
Yes, I'm expecting price to come here, so go up. And I'm expecting price
That's a
to come
crazy
here.
candlestick.
I'm expecting the DXY to drop before the next leg up, filling this fair value gap, which falls in line with euro US dollar. So with myself personally, I only trade euro US dollar and British pound US dollar, generally. Nothing else, just because it's easy and it works for me. That's generally how a little bit about the FX markets. Any questions, Ninja or Cairo?
I'll let Cairo go if he's got a question.
So like, if you also look here, um,
Wait, since all right, since Cairo's not got a question, obviously we know in the macro, um, so the only currency pair that I pay attention to, well, not currency pair, in fact, the only currency I pay attention to is DXY, because in the macro I understand dollars stronger, assets go down, dollars weaker, assets go up. Do you ever apply this on any shorter time frame? Like, is there ever a time where like the dollar's rising and you think, oh, cryptos or tech stocks going to be in a discount? Do you ever think like that?
um, yeah, I mean, I don't generally trade. I mean, it's only euro, US dollar, and British pound, US dollar I trade. When it comes to stocks, etc. I generally look them as like a 5-10 year investment horizon.
By the way, guys, I've tried to convince Zishan to think otherwise. This is why at Blockchain Sensei we have different opinions. I'm a very, very terrible day trader. I used to trade Forex in 2015, 2016, 2017. Was not profitable, gave up. I'm a spot sniper though. No one can touch me in my spots. But yeah, this is why I ask these questions, and this is why it's good to do the technically speakings. And I wanted to just be in a student mentality today. I've tried to convince Zishan that swing spot trading your stocks is the one. Maybe one day he'll change, but yeah. I told everybody when Nvidia shot up, sell all your Nvidia, but just buy back at the drawdown. Free stocks. But yeah,
one thing to notice, I did sell all of my Nvidia when it was at its all-time highs.
well, and then did you buy back your Nvidia?
I've not bought back yet.
Okay, but you're intending on
Because
are you intending on using 100% of that Nvidia money to buy back Nvidia, or are you looking to then move
no. What I
stocks?
did is I exited all of my position of Nvidia and put it all into Coinbase.
Okay, fair enough. So you're moving assets.
Yeah, that's why I did
But
because Nvidia is like has like a $2 trillion valuation and Coinbase is like nowhere near that.
all right,
I'd
okay.
rather put it
So he's
into
looking for
Coinbase.
growth.
Yeah,
Alrighty, alrighty. All right, Zishan, it's 8 minutes past your bedtime.
no
He said
worries.
specifically was to get off at 11:50. So, wait. Let me just make myself host. So I've got some altcoin snipes. Caro, have you got a quick question for Zishan that you're dying to ask? You might be multitasking, might be in the gym. All right. Wanna? All right, cool.
I'm gonna
Zishan, I'll let you go. I'll
no
take over
worries.
from
I'll leave
here.
you to it. Take care, bro.
All right,
Bye
take
bye.
care, my bro. See you in a bit. Alrighty. Carol, feel free to jump in and say something if you're not too busy. All right, so I want to share something with you guys. What is Ninja paying attention to in the markets? What do I specialize in on the markets? If you know me personally, I going on there. Why did it say BNB? So weird. No, I just want the more. I want that watermark. I don't know why it said that. Anyway, let's leave the watermark. So, what do I specialize in the markets? I specialize in the spot trade, buying assets low, selling them high, exclusively crypto and tech stocks, mainly crypto, mind you. So, let me tell you a lucrative trade that I've taken where I have converted. I won't say how much. I converted a certain amount of Ethereum into BNB with the intention of, in fact, let me bring it back. Let me tell you what I'm paying attention to that very, very few people in this world are paying attention to. I'm paying attention to altcoin to Ethereum pairs and altcoin to Bitcoin pairs. This only altcoin to Ethereum and altcoin to Bitcoin. This only applies for people who have a reasonable amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I will not numerically tell you what is significant, what is not. Some whale may look at my Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings and think, what a peasant. But that is obviously subjective. So to some people, one Bitcoin is a lot, and to some people, one Bitcoin is not a lot. I don't have a whole Bitcoin to myself, but I believe I have enough Bitcoin to justify risking some of my Bitcoin into alts. One of them being there, but I'll go over Ethereum. And I believe, without exposing how much Ethereum I have and control, um, I have enough Ethereum to risk some of my Ethereum into altcoins with the intention of going back into Ethereum and keeping some of that altcoin for the bull run. So I'm speaking to people who have existing Bitcoin and or Ethereum. Okay, so let's get it. So I converted some Ethereum in recent times um, into BNB. Now, why was I so comfortable converting on this specific day here? The day was when I converted. It was Monday the 21st. I remember the exact day. Let me just mark that. No, pardon me. Am I telling you to convert your Ethereum into BNB? No. Nothing's ever financial advice. However, um, I definitely wouldn't do it at today's price. But if BNB to Ethereum goes back to this price here, where it's 0.121, so this is the sniper price, around 0.12 Ethereum to one BNB or 0.1234, basically hitting the support here. I was comfortable converting a certain amount of Ethereum, almost said the amount, into BNB because why? Well, back when the RSI was screaming low, remember the RSI is not always correct. It's not a perfect indicator. When it was screaming low here, it was higher than my entry price, and we touched multiple times here. So I said to myself around these times in July, if it hits to this sniper price here, this kind of like 0.1234 or 12346 price, I'm going to convert some Ethereum into BNB. And let me give you the take profit. So usually with these kind of trades, I like to try and get 30% and then I'm out. So again, right now, I think it's a bit risky because it could draw down. But if you go back to this sniper price, which I entered at, so watch out for your charts. Looking to take profit around 0.155 Ethereum. So that's 0.15 Ethereum to 1 BNB. If let's say I hypothetically, I'm not saying I did, it's all hypothetical. Let's say I hypothetically converted 1 Ethereum to BNB. Again, I'm not exposing how much Ethereum I did convert. And it does get to this price. Now, obviously, anything can happen. The Binance Smart Chain can fail and go through an SEC lawsuit, God forbid. If it all works out, I hypothetically could flipped 1 Ethereum into 1.25 Ethereum. And then let's say the amount was 1 Ethereum, which I'm not saying it is. Let's say I keep 5% of it in BNB. Let's say I keep 5% of it in BNB, ride that all the way to the bull run. Oh, Again, I'm all about spot. That could be some healthy BNB profit. So that's one trade that I took. Another trade that I took was Dr. ETH. So I'm actually down on this trade a little bit. This was the exact date that I converted. That's absolutely fine. I may double down on my investment if we get to this price. So if we get to this price here, I'm going to be 15% drawdown, and whatever amount of Ethereum I converted here, I will convert again here. If it goes to here, you guys are in for a treat. What price am I looking to take profit? I exit, get my ETH back, put plus profit. I'm looking to take out my Ethereum at this price here, 0.004 approximately Ethereum to one dot. So let's say, for example, let's say you guys are lucky because I'm pretty sure that 99.99% of everyone watching this didn't take this trade because very few people trade crypto against crypto on spot because it's just not how people think. But I guarantee this is how the whales think. If I put order blocks in, uh, let's have a look at the order blocks. Look, we can see order blocks up here. Now that's not a guarantee. Again, anything can happen. Dr. Gavin Wood could go to hospital or decide I don't want to do crypto anymore, and then decides to just do something else with his life. And Polkadot, the Polkadot ecosystem could fail. You know, nothing's bulletproof. But we can see there's order blocks here. So I'm pretty comfortable with my take profit here. Let's say you guys enter at today's price. Again, not financial advice. And you wait again. Not again. I don't know when it's going to get to this price. Let's say you hypothetically converted one Ethereum to Polkadot, which I'm not suggesting anybody does. You will, and this all works out. Your 1 Ethereum will be worth 1.8 Ethereum, or your 0.1 Ethereum will be 0.18 Ethereum. I can say that when I do these trades, it's less than 5% of my total Ethereum bag. So okay, so another trade that I took was Litecoin against Ethereum. Obviously, it's the Litecoin halving recently. Look at this. I have done you guys a treat. So I converted one. I didn't say one. I said I converted some Ethereum into Litecoin. Okay. I'm currently up on this trade, which is fantastic. How much percent up am I? 7%. That's great. Today's price is slightly higher, so Oh, look at that. Look at that ultimate. A nice time to convert some Ethereum into Litecoin. Recently after the halving too. So I'm looking to take profit at 0.004. I wouldn't actually go in at this price. I would wait and see if Litecoin gets back to 0.038-ish. As in that's 0.038, 3.8% of an Ethereum to one Litecoin. Um, and I'm looking to consider taking profit here. So if I hypothetically entered with one entire Ethereum, which maybe I didn't, because I'm not telling you guys the amount of Ethereum I convert into Litecoin. But if it happened and I took profit here, I'd be flipping one Ethereum into 1.16, which is a nice, it's like 15% Ethereum. Preferably up here because I'd prefer 30% profit. That would be way nicer. So yeah, BNB, Litecoin, Dr. ETH, these are the three Ethereum trades that I took. And finally, okay, so I'm going to admit that I make mistakes. And I converted some Bitcoin into near over here, and it was the wrong choice. Why was it the wrong choice? Because that spot trade, oh, is down 43%. That's absolutely fine because I only use a tiny amount of Bitcoin in relative to my total Bitcoin percentage holdings. Looking to get back in, as in double down, because you can offset losses by doubling down. I would prefer it to get to here, but I'm pretty comfortable entering here. This is something I'm thinking about and haven't done. I'll disclose. Litecoin, BNB, and DOT, I'm in. I'm riding the wave. Um, let's say we entered today at today's price, and we exited here, which is below all these order blocks over here. Well, you could go from potentially, let's take a small amount of Bitcoin. Let's take a really small amount. Let's say like 0.01. 1% Bitcoin. That's only a few $100s, right? Less than $300. Times by 1.38. It's all speculative and hypothetical because, anything can happen to the near blockchain. Nice. 0.038 Bitcoin, 0.0038 BTC. If that was a 1% Bitcoin trade and you just waited, I don't know when or if it's going to get to this price. If it does get to this price, when is it happening? I don't know. I don't know. Let's say Bitcoin goes to, you got to think of the speculative price where Bitcoin's going. Let's say Bitcoin's going to go to a conservative 90K in the next bull run. Crazy. Nothing crazy. But considering that 1% Bitcoin is less than $300, that's a pretty good damage. Um, what else? Let me just bring up the fact that I did an entire video uh on selling all my Bitcoin. And guess what? It worked out. I did buy back way too early though. So I didn't stick with my own plan, but it's cool because that's only a profit. So again, I'm a big fan of selling assets in this bear market and buying them back. Some people don't like the game, but I do. So I made this video on so I made this video on the 22nd of June at 43 minutes past midnight, and I said I sold all my Bitcoin. I'm looking to buy at 27K. I actually bought back at 28.9K, which I regret because if we look at the timestamp of this video, 22nd of June 2023, 22nd of June 2023 is the last thing I'm going to do. 22nd of June 2023. 22nd of June 2023. This one I sold all my Bitcoin. And Bitcoin then proceeded to do. I mean, I couldn't have predicted it was going to get to 25K. I should have stuck to my plan and bought back at 27K. I would have increased all my Bitcoin by 10% for free without spending a damn dime. But I bought back at 28.9K and I'll increase my Bitcoin by a little bit, but it's fine. But Bitcoin did draw down by 20%. So I could have comfortably bought back at this range here, which was the original plan and I broke my own plan. Why did I break my own plan? Because I got scared and Bitcoin was consolidating for too long. And I thought that the market would draw down much quicker. But hey, you win some and you win smaller when you're me because I don't lose a lot because I'm a sniper. You win some, you lose some. When you're Ninja T, you almost never lose. And life is always a big W because when you're an operator in this space and you have amazing people around you like Zeshan Haroon, Mr. Harding, and Cairo Sean, it's always a win. That wraps, technically speaking. Cairo Sean, maybe he's gone to bed or he's fell asleep or he's at the gym. Not too sure. You there, Cairo? Yeah, he's going to the toilet or something. Anyway, this wraps up another episode of Technically Speaking. Thank you very much for watching. I will try. I will, well, other blockchain sensing needs to be more consistent on this. Let me know in the comments what you would like us to review, and technically speaking. I don't really feel to do the super macro market thing where I do SIX, RE, VC, SPX. I think it was cool that Zishan gave us some alpha with regards to the Forex markets, and I've gave you some insightful. I've literally told you guys 4 lucrative trades that I have taken with sell prices and buy prices. That's extremely rare. So yeah, share this with a fellow Bitcoin and Ethereum holder who may want to consider taking some risk to increase their Bitcoin and Ethereum without spending a penny. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you on the next technically speaking. Technically speaking. Oh, and finally, um, number one recommendation. I'm not getting paid to say this. Billions on Amazon Prime. It will turn you into an even better investor and trader. Recommended by Mr. Harding. I'm currently on season 5. Take care, guys.